Everybody get up! Everybody needs to understand that I'm more than simply a hype man for this rap group. Just like Geico is more than just a company that can save you money. Geico also has fast and friendly claim service, so they can help you when you need it most. And while I do love being a hype man, I also love reading for children's audiobooks. Like Little Bo Peep, she lost the sheep, and she don't know where to find them. Yo!
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
You are tuning in to a Goldilocks Productions presentation of the InnerSpeak Soul Adventures radio show with Adrienne. Jean is the creator of InnerSpeak, a method for clearing karmic and ancestral blocks. She's the author of 4 books and 2 decks of metaphysical clearing and activation cards. Jean offers private sessions via phone or Skype, as well in her office located in Blairsville, Georgia. Call in now to reserve your spot on the switchboard. The call-in number is 657-383-1895. Enjoy this soul-healing show.
Good afternoon. Happy Monday. Happy full moon energy. This is InnerSpeak Soul Adventures, and I'm your host, Adrienne. And I'm excited to be with you today to do my usual brand of InnerSpeak card clearing for anyone who decides they would like to call in and take advantage of that. You know, I'm here for you, and I'm ready to get started. The number to call in on is 657-383-1895. And if you call in, when you call in, be sure to press 1. Because that is what's going to signal the producer that you're in the queue and you would like to actually have a reading. Now, you can call in on that number and listen to the show, and that's fine too, but unless you press 1, I won't know you're there, and so I won't be able to give you a reading. And sometimes, like today, it took me twice. I had to press 1 twice in order to be able to get it to register. So you're not in the host queue unless the little automated voice on Blog Talk actually tells you that you are. They'll say, you are now in the host queue. So keep pressing 1 until that happens. All right, so let's talk about what's going on energetically right now. You know, we went into a full moon, that would be Sunday morning at about 5 o'clock Eastern time. And this is probably one of the most intense full moons that we're going to have all year long. It's a full moon in Capricorn, and I don't know, those of you who are sensitive like I am have probably been feeling this energy for about a week. And this one has the ability to shred you all the way right down to the bones if you want to let it do that. But really what it's all about is motivating you to let go of old patterns, old habits, and old relationships that are no longer serving you. And for me, really what that's meaning to me is I'm actually ready to let go of my home that I've owned since 2005 and my little cabin in the mountains, and actually move to a new location. So I put it on the market this weekend for the full moon. And, you know, if Spirit wants me to move, then that house will sell and sell quickly. And if not, then maybe I misread the energy. So we're just kind of like waiting to see what's going to happen on that. But yeah, it's on the market, and who knows where I'll end up. But there we go. So what I want to do, we don't have any callers yet. What I'd like to do is I would like to do a clearing for mass consciousness for anybody who's listening. And even if you listen to this in the archives, that's okay, because whenever you listen to it, it will be perfectly fine. And what I want to do is really lift away anything that's holding us stuck in old energy. So let's just take a moment together and just surrender to Spirit and ask for help, and looking at what we need to look at today to make sure that we get ourselves unstuck from anything holding us back and use the energy of this full moon to move forward. So, these cards are the colors of the rainbow. They're red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. The red cards are where we set the block up. And what this says is this is a block from another dimension. It's either a parallel or a future life that is impinging on us energetically now. And the orange cards are the setups for what's going on. And what the setup cards say is forced into or out of partnership or marriage that has caused loss of faith in self, others, and God. The yellow cards are what has this done to our soul. So let's pull a yellow card to see what the soul reaction is. And I'll do this one right here. So our ability to be in relationship has been disrupted. The blue cards are the stuck beliefs that we internalize that needs to be acknowledged so that we can let it go. And the blue card today is that it's not possible to change. We are stuck and we can't move forward. So telling me is that there's like energetic bleed through either from potential future reality, because right now it's all there really is. So the future and the past are all happening at the same time. Or it's a parallel reality in the now moment where some aspect of our soul has either been forced into a partnership or out of a partnership. And what this has done is caused this piece of our soul to lose faith in self, others, or God, and really messed up our ability to be in relationship. And that's really where this bleed through is impacting us, is it's causing us relationship difficulties in our present reality and leaving us feeling stuck and that there's no way to change it. So we know enough about this thing, let's clear it. So I'm going to pull 3 of the green clearing cards, and we will do this together. And let's pull that one right there. Okay, so there's a lot about mirrors going on here. So energetic and energetic debris sometimes, and to me, looks like stuff. And this stuff is energetic debris that was created by the thought forms of whatever this other aspect of ourself is in another dimension, in the future. And this stuff looks like mirrors. So just close your eyes, locate all the mirrors that are floating around inside your body and out in your field, and ask Spirit to take them away. And then go find this other aspect of yourself. Ask that whatever this dimensional aspect of yourself is be brought present with you now so that the two of you can walk together into St. Germain's beautiful violet flame bonfire and let all of this energetic debris and the stuckness be just kind of burned away by the violet flame. Then let's see ourselves cleared. So just pretend like you're looking at yourself in a mirror. And in that mirror image, you're going to be sort of overshadowed by this other dimensional aspect of yourself. So just take a moment and gently blow on the mirror. Blow away that other dimensional aspect. Blow it off into the ethers so that you can see who you really are, that powerful, strong person who can change anything and create anything with their thoughts. Good job. We receive blessings for doing this work. So the first blessing that we receive is a centeredness and calmness. It enables us to see and accomplish our purpose. The second blessing is release from overwhelm. And the final blessing on this clearing is opening to miracles. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing, so just take a moment and give thanks. Give thanks to your higher self, to your angels, teachers, and guides, and to Spirit for helping you to get unstuck so that you can move forward into a new reality. And I ask that all of our reference points are updated, all the ways in which we perceive and we are perceived in the world. Okay, so my producer is telling me that we have 2 callers out there on the switchboard. And if you want to get a clearing from me individually, you need to press 1 because you're just sitting there listening. And again, that's okay. You can listen. But if you want a clearing, we need to know, so you need to press 1. So While we are waiting for this clearing, I just want to tell you that if you go on my website, JeanneAdrienne.com, and if you sign up for my newsletter, I just sent one out. In fact, if you sign up now and you want a copy of my newsletter, pop me an email, Jeanne@JeanneAdrienne.com, and I'll forward it to you. But anyway, if you sign up for my newsletter, I will send you your own very free link to the online version of these InnerSpeak cards, these cards that I use to do clearings. And it's an online thing, so you can do clearings on yourself every day, all by yourself in the privacy of your home on your computer for free. And if you decide you don't like my newsletter, or you don't like what I have to say, that's okay. You can opt out at any time, and you can still continue to use those cards for as long as you desire. So that's one of the things that is going on now. I've got another deck of cards that I don't really use on this show very often, but this other deck of cards is called Reconnecting Soul, 142 DNA activation cards. And, at some point in the course of the history of the human species, my guides tell me that we had more than 2 strands of DNA that the medical community would say is what we have. And that at some point we gave away some of our DNA to assist another species that was actually going extinct because they had become sterile. They couldn't reproduce anymore. And they came to Earth and they began to work with us. And by the time they left, we had 2 strands of DNA and they were able to save their species. What we didn't realize, though, was that we gave away some of our gifts, our consciousness, our attributes of Christ consciousness, along with each of those strands of DNA. And so my guides told me that it was time to assist people in activating latent strands of DNA, and that my job was going to be to draw 142 glyphs or pictures, energetic pictures, that would hold the frequency of those latent strands of DNA. And, of course, I started arguing, and I said, wait a minute, I don't draw. And they said, sure you do. We know you do, so we'll help you out. And they did, and so that's what that deck of cards is. So you can get those on my website or on Amazon, but I've actually created an online webinar that will assist you in going through those 142 strands and learning all about them and activating all 142 of them. It's 9-hour-long movies. And you can buy that on the classes page of my website. So another thing I want to do is I want to use another deck of cards now. They're called the Being of Love cards. And let's see what we are working on as a collective and what our challenges are to achieving mastery in what particular area of our life. So I'm going to pull 5 cards from that deck. And what it says is that what we're actually working on alignment now as a group is alignment. We are working to get lined up in integrity, in alignment with our purpose, with our new direction. And that's what we're working to achieve mastery of. And the challenge, there's 2 challenges that we're dealing with. One of them is consciousness, and the other one is our connection to source. So we're having apparently a challenge with raising our consciousness and staying connected to source in order to achieve the optimum alignment to our divine path. And we've got a couple of tools that will help us to master alignment. So the tool that is balancing out consciousness is using our intuition, tapping into our intuition to raise our consciousness as high as is humanly possible. And the one that is balancing out source is infinity. It's actually connecting in with the infinite aspects of source. And, one of the most powerful tools you can use, it's kind of like a mudra, I guess would be a way to describe it, is the infinity symbol. You can trace the infinity symbol in front of your eyes and just do that until you feel complete with it. And that will help you to raise your vibration. It balances out the right and left hemispheres of your brain. And it's just a real good tool. So hopefully that will help. All right, we've got our first caller. Caller area code 803. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Jean. This is Hillary.
Well, hey, stranger, how are you?
I'm good.
Haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. Hey, what I wanted to work on is I have been doing some training to prepare for a hike that I'm planning on doing, and my left knee on the inside is trying to tell me something.
Huh.
Definitely getting my attention. So I thought maybe we should do a clearing on that.
Okay, so is it like kind of right underneath your kneecap on the inside?
It's on the outside of the kneecap.
On the outside of the kneecap. Okay, because I'm feeling it more on the inside. But okay, but it's on your left knee. Okay. All right. So just take a moment, surrender to spirit, and ask for help. And let's see what your knee's trying to tell you. Okay. Well, so the source on this, the first card I pulled says psychic attack. And, that's always you attacking you. So, yeah. And the second card I pulled is Veil of Death, which means that there is a soul either on the other side of the veil who's trying to get your attention to get closure and or forgiveness, or it's a soul on this side of the veil, and actually that's what this one feels like. It's a soul on this side of the veil that really needs your attention. So this would be a woman that's on the left side. That is trying to get your attention to get forgiveness and closure. So
what would be the guess?
I'm sorry?
I said, what would be that guess of who that might be?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Probably has something to do with where you were this weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what the setup is here. Okay, so the setup on this, the first card I pulled says punished for another's misdeeds, and the second one says broken heart. And in this case, I think that this person, this soul, is really wanting forgiveness for punishing you for her misdeeds. So that's how that feels to me. And the soul reaction on this is where you really connect to this female soul. This one. And it says lack of forgiveness is blocking resolution. I think that's really what your knee's trying to tell you here. There is a stuck belief. And, basically what that means to me is that when you are able to do the forgiveness work that needs to be done here, then you're going to be able to step out on that knee and move forward in life. All right, let's see what our stuck belief is. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I do tell you what I get. The stuck belief is a belief in struggle, having to struggle to earn love. So let's clear this thing so that you don't have to struggle anymore. And you don't have to struggle to do the forgiveness work either. All right, I'm going to pull 3 of the green clearing cards. The first one is going to be that one. Oh, man. And the first card that I pulled, guess what? Forgive all concerns. So just take a moment. Locate this female energy and ask Spirit to assist you in doing the forgiveness work that is needed. Okay? And now I want you to ask Spirit to locate all of the old stuck energy that you've been holding on to in your body and in your field that relates to this lack of forgiveness, to all old wounds. And let them be just spun out of you and taken to the light. And now ask that your vibration be raised as high as it's humanly possible for you. Let's just put you out of resonance with this soul, because you've done what the soul needed. You've done what you needed. Let's shoot you out of resonance from it. And just repeat after me. Word, I am word through my left knee.
Word, I am word through my left knee.
Okay. And you receive blessings for doing this work. So, your first blessing is the blessing of courage. Courage to step out and follow your heart's command. Your second blessing is release from overwhelm. And the final blessing is synchronistic flow and good fortune. So it's time to start moving on, baby.
Thank
There's
you.
gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment and give thanks to Spirit, to your higher self, to your body, to your needs. And I thank you for calling in. I hope this helps. Keep me posted.
Thanks, Jean.
Okay. All right. Well, that was fun. We've had 2 fun clearings. So let's just take a moment and call in. The number is 657-383-1895 if you would like to get a clearing this afternoon. While we are waiting for other callers, and if there are other callers that are still on the switchboard and have not pressed 1, don't forget, you need to press 1 so that Tiffany, the producer, knows you're out there so that she can signal me. Again, that there's somebody else that wants a reading. So, you know, there's so much change that's taking place right now, and for all of us, I think, you know, we're beginning to see daylight, to see the silver lining on some of these clouds that have been hanging around now for a while, and a lot of the silver lining is involving massive change. It's not only massive change on a personal level, but it's massive change on a socioeconomic level and on a global level. And, you know, I think that many of us have been programmed to believe that change means loss. And while the change may look like you're losing something in the very beginning, that is just so not the case. We are moving into so much more of a higher vibrational place where we can really begin to take responsibility and become accountable for our own reality and really create what we want, you know, in our lives. And maybe for the first time, I mean, you know, those of us who have been on the spiritual path for a while have been doing our affirmations, we've been doing our clearing work, we've been doing what we know how to do to consciously create in our reality. And sometimes we get it, you know, sometimes it happens. But more often than not, the results have been delayed or slow or haphazard. And now with this, you know, this heightened energy that we're going through, and it's happening thick and fast. I mean, I'm teaching a class in a couple of weekends, and the sign-up date for this particular class, and it's a class for Turkish practitioners for InnerSpeak. So the sign-up, the end of the sign-up period is today. And, you know, I got a couple of sign-ups yesterday, and I thought to myself, okay, this is really good, but you know what, I could handle a couple more. And I woke up this morning and wham, there were 2 more students that had signed up and paid for the class. So it's just happening that fast. So I guess the point of this rambling that I'm doing is it's very, very important right now and always, I mean, it always has been, but it's so much more important right now to be extremely conscious about what you're thinking, you know, because if you are thinking thoughts that are fear-based thoughts, you will manifest from those thoughts, up to and including your own worst nightmare. And that was part of the blog that I put out yesterday in my newsletter. So the important thing is to make sure that all of your thoughts that you're thinking are love-based thoughts. And so one of the things that I talked about in my blog yesterday has to do with, how often do we call up our friends and whine or complain about things that aren't going exactly right in our life, or an ache and a pain or whatever, and we aren't really considering the ramifications of the conversation. So, for example, if our last caller had called me up to talk about how her knee was hurting, and oh man, my knee's bothering me. Well, that's putting energy towards the pain. So fear begets more fear. It's the law of attraction. If you are talking about stuff from a fear-based place, you're going to attract more fear-based stuff. Not only that, but, more often than not, we think that that's just an innocent conversation that we're having, where we're talking about, the boyfriend that did something we didn't like, or, the pain, or whatever it happens to be. What ends up happening energetically when you do that, these are little energetic bundles of information that are coming out of your mouth. And so whoever you're talking to is receiving those energetic bundles of information into their field at some level. And you're not necessarily consciously aware that you're dumping your stuff on them, your energy stuff. And they're not consciously aware you've done it either. But what happens is they walk away from the conversation. You probably feel better because you just unloaded. And they begin processing those energetic bundles. So you've just dumped your stuff onto somebody else, and then they get to deal with it. Generally, again, at an unconscious or subconscious level. So then they develop pain, or they develop sadness, or they lose faith in themselves, or whatever. And then what ends up, the bottom line on that one is you incur karma from that, and they don't feel good at the end of it. So why would we want to do that? So from this point forward, be very conscious and think before you talk. If you've got something going on in your life that you're not happy with, don't call up your best friend and tell her all about, what your boyfriend just did, or, how you're feeling or whatever. Just, the only person that really needs to hear that stuff is spirit. And from a standpoint of healing and release, that you're ready to let it go, give it to spirit. But don't dump it on your friend. So that's just like a little word of advice for today. So, all right. Let's see if we have any other callers out there. And if you're listening and you would like to get a clearing today, the phone number is 657-383-1895. And I am here to help you. So I'm just going to give it a few moments for the opportunity for other callers to call in. I'm participating in a couple of great summits right now. One of them is the Sacred Stories Telesummit. So you can go to Sacred Stories, Google Sacred Stories. It's Patricia Caganello's summit that's taking place right now. And the other one is Julia Griffin. She has got a summit going on as well. And they're both starting like right away. So Julia Griffin's summit is about the power of creation. So you can find information on both of those on my Facebook page. And looks like we have another caller. That would be area code 801. How may I help you?
Hi, Jean. I'm Catherine Egan, and I'm new to you, and I'm fascinated with your cards. I have them on my list to buy. It's
cool.
Funny that you said that you put your house up for sale, because that's what I've been struggling with, and hopefully we can clear it.
Okay.
I own a duplex, but that doesn't work for me now, and so I would like to find the right home for me. But I feel like I also need to find funding first, and then once I sell my house, which should be easy to do, then I can just pay that back.
Gotcha. All right. So you want financial inflow, right?
Yes.
And clearing the blocks on selling. I'm sorry?
Also want the right home to come up. I live in an area that when homes come up for sale, then, 20 people want that same home.
Okay. So you shouldn't have any trouble selling yours, is what you're telling me.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just clear any blocks around you manifesting the perfect living solution for you with ease and grace. How's that sound?
Great. Thank you.
All right. So just take a moment, surrender to spirit, and let's see what is blocking this. Okay. Well, the first thing is it says that you're feeling overwhelmed. And literally it says overwhelmed by an authority figure. So I don't know if this is, this feels like male energy from the past. Somebody who told you some limiting beliefs around living situation and whatever. I don't know. So let's get another one. This happened in this lifetime. So let's see. Was she less than 5 years old? Yes, you were. Was she 5, 4? What happened when you were 3?
I was sexually abused, I believe.
Wow. Okay. That would be overwhelmed by this male authority figure.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see what the setup is on this. Because first thing it says is abuse of power. The second thing it says is suicide. So what this means to me, did you say Catherine or Kathleen?
Catherine.
Catherine. Okay, what this means to me, Catherine, is that your little 3-year-old self actually suicided her creative ability, the ability to manifest what she wants in this world because of this overshadowing of the male figure, this overwhelm that took place there.
Okay.
So let's see what this did to you at the soul level. And the soul reaction card says loss of faith in yourself, in others, and in God to take care of you, which kind of makes sense.
Yes.
All right? So there is a stuck belief. And let me just shuffle up these blue cards and let's see what the stuck belief is. It's this one. The stuck belief is others are better than me. So kind of how this is impacting this ability to sell your house and find a new one is that, at a subconscious level, there's this belief going on that other people could do this, but I can't do this because I can't create what I want. I'm not able to pull this off. It's going to be hard. All that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So let's let this go.
Thank
you don't need to do that. You're a very powerful creator. Always have been. So let's clear this, and I'm going to pull 3 of the green cards. This one right here wants to come, and this one, and this one. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to go find your 3-year-old self, and I want you to connect heart to heart with her. And I want you to tell her that you love her, and I want you to ask her, what can you do to help her? And then just tell me what she says.
She wants me to have her back.
All right. Protect her. Take care of her. So safety is the big piece that's missing here. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull all of your energy into your heart center. And then I just want you to move it up out the top of your head, find your higher self. I want you to ask your higher self to work with the energetic fields and the guides to activate the vibration of safety inside you. And now where this is impinging on your ability to manifest is on your second chakra. I want you to put your attention on your second chakra right there below your belly button.
Okay.
And I want you to invite it to open up and to release all the wounds that you began to store inside your creative center when you were 3 years old, and that you have continued to store in there throughout this lifetime up until now. And just let your second chakra open and release these wounds. Let them come falling out like ping pong balls and just roll across the road, or roll across the floor, bounce away. Allow your second chakra to heal itself. Let it balance its energies, yin and yang, front and back. Hopefully that'll get rid of that low back pain you've been dealing with too. All right. And now what I want you to do is I want you to pretend like you're looking at yourself in a mirror. And you're overshadowed in this image in the mirror by this very frightened little 3-year-old child. I want you to gently blow on that image in the mirror and just blow her gently off into the ethers so that you can see how powerful you really are. See, you're pure light. I mean, you are a beautiful, bright, shining light that is capable of creating all that she desires and being accountable for those creations as well. Good job. All right, so you get blessings from the angels for having the courage to call in today. So let's pull 3 of the violet cards, the blessing cards. And the first blessing you receive is a healing from your awakened inner. Your second blessing is centeredness and calmness that enables you to see and accomplish your purpose. And the final blessing today is the return of your authority, your power, and your confidence. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment and give thanks to your angels, teachers, and guides. And I thank you for calling in, and I hope this helps.
Oh, thank you very much. I
You
really
are very
appreciate
welcome.
it.
All right. Okay. And we have another caller. This one is area code 650. So who am I speaking with?
Hi, thank you for taking my call. My name is Miranda.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Miranda.
Miranda. All right, Miranda. So how can I help you today?
Well, I'd love a clearing.
Okay.
Been experiencing some health issues over the past year, and I know it's probably due to some emotional healing I'm trying to do, and would just love to help my digestive system back in track, heal my body, and just feel totally healthy again.
All right. Well, just take a moment, Miranda, and surrender to Spirit and ask for help. And let's see where this is coming from. So this is an ancestral issue that is holding this from completely healing for you. Is this ancestral? It's your mother's side. Is it more than 5 generations back? No. Is it male? So this is a woman. Let's see. 5, 4, 3. This is your grandmother's stuff. Your mother's mother. So is she still alive?
No, she's passed.
Okay. Did you know her?
Not very well.
Okay. Well, let's see what.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said I think I just met her once as an adult.
All right. Well, let's see what the setup was in her life, because basically you're going to be helping her. And when ancestral stuff comes up in my clearings, it generally means that some aspect of the ancestor soul didn't actually go to the light when they had the opportunity to do that. And actually the first setup card that I pulled says stuck, walking the wrong path. So apparently she's been trying to get your attention through health issues so that you could help her, because she knows that you're a light bearer. You're an intuitive who came in to this lifetime kind of taking on a contract of clearing for other people, which is not your job, honey, but you said you would. So she's reached out to you. What the other setup card says is that she was either forced into or out of a partnership or marriage. Do you know anything about that?
her husband passed away, I think, rather early.
Yeah, I think that was what I was getting. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So let's see what this did to her soul, because this is where you're resonating with her. This is how she's able to touch you.
Oh, I need to let that go. I just want to be healthy again.
Yeah. Exactly. And so the first thing that happened to her, because 2 cards fell out, and I usually just pull one. First thing is shame and humiliation. And the second thing is that her ability to be in relationship with others was disrupted. So apparently she wasn't expecting him to die and leave her early on. And, yeah. Okay, and there's a stuck belief around this, so let's see what that stuck belief is. I'm not lovable. Okay, so how this is connecting in with you, Miranda, is that your relationship with your body has decided that you don't love her. And I don't know how aware you are of the fact that, our bodies have a consciousness all their own. They've got their own agenda, their own soul purpose, and they have a soul just like you do. And so your body is taking on this illness because she thinks you don't love her. So part of that has to do with taking on stuff for other people. It is not your job to love your body. It is your body's job to love herself. It's not your job to heal for your grandmother. It's your grandmother's job to heal for herself. You get what's going on here?
Right.
So,
I mean, would that also be associated with hair loss and hair thinning? Because I've been experiencing that, and I just want to let that go as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I want to manifest.
That is your body trying to make herself into this self-fulfilling prophecy of not being lovable.
Oh, I need to let that go so badly. I want a full head of hair. I want to feel healthy and just be my best self, Jean.
Exactly. All right. So let's clear this. We're going to pull what the cards say, and then I've got a couple of things I want to suggest above and beyond that I know are not in the cards. Okay. All right. Okay. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to find your grandmother. She is right there with you. I mean, she is stuck to you like white on rice. And I want you to help her to forgive her husband for abandoning her. She really feels abandoned.
Okay. Should I just talk to her in my mind?
Yes. Okay. And then I want you to help her to forgive herself, because at some level she is blaming herself for this. And I mean, then that makes no sense at all to me, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. And then I want you to connect with your body at the level of her higher self. And I want you to forgive your body.
Forgive my body.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want you to ask your body to forgive you for not loving her the way she wants to be loved, and to forgive herself for not maintaining the highest vibrational health possible. And then I want you to invite your body at the level of her higher self to activate the vibration of self-love inside herself. Okay, and now what I want you to do is I want you to assist your grandmother in going to the light. So I want you to create a beautiful bottle for her, a traveling vehicle. I don't know if you ever watched that TV show, I Dream of Jeannie, but I want you to create a bottle for your grandmother, and I want you to invite your grandmother's soul to go inside the bottle and put a cork in it. And Archangel Michael is standing right there with you. I want you to hand that bottle to Archangel Michael and let him take her to the light. Let him take her back to her divine spark in the heart of Source. All right, and so this wounding has been impacting you at the heart center, which would also impact your stomach, and all the pancreas, the spleen, the liver, all those are part of the heart center. Mm-hmm. So I want you to put your attention on your heart center. Mm-hmm. And I want you to invite it to open up and release all of the wounds that you internalized for your grandmother out of a sense of loyalty to her. Release. And I want you to also let your heart center release all wounds that you have internalized in this lifetime for yourself. And let your heart center heal itself. And balance its energy, yin and yang, front and back. Beautiful. All right, and you get blessings from the angels for having the courage to call in today. So let's see what the angels have for you today, my dear.
Okay.
I'm going to pull 3 of the violet cards. I'm going to save that one for last. Your first one is release from overwhelm. The second one is synchronistic flow and good fortune. And the one that I wanted to say for last is opening to miracles. So it's gratitude that owns every clearing, Miranda. So just take a moment and give thanks to your angels, teachers, and guides. Give thanks to your grandmother at the level of her higher self. Give thanks to your body. And I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are very welcome. And keep me posted on how you feel.
So I should be good now, moving forward?
You should be. You are going to be good. There's no should about it. Know that you are.
I am.
You are.
Healed.
Your body is healing herself and loving herself, and you too.
And she's gone to the light now?
Your grandmother is, yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, she has. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for calling in, sweetie.
Blessing. Okay.
You too. And listeners, for those of you who are listening to the show maybe for the first time and don't know this, if you have issues and I do a clearing, you're receiving the benefit. That healing, was done for Miranda, but all of you who listened to this today got that same healing. Same thing, with everyone that I've done. So, we all get a healing. We're all one. We're all connected. When one of us is healed, we all receive the benefit and the blessing from that. So this has really been a fun show. I appreciate all you guys calling in. I look forward to next week. And next week, Lori Houston, who is my wonderful friend from Canada. She's a beautiful intuitive. She will be joining me, and she will be doing intuitive readings, and then I'll do a clearing to help you maximize the possibility of manifesting what Lori sees for you in the field of pure potential. So join us next week. The call-in number is always the same. And I look forward. Ooh, we got another caller. Let's see. We got enough time to do this, I think, Tiffany. So before we run out of time, area code 520. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Joy from Tucson.
Hi, Joy from Tucson. So how can I help you today?
Well, I'm wondering if you show any, past life issues that you could possibly help me clear.
Okay, well, let's just see what comes up. I can never predict if it's going to come up, past life or ancestral or this lifetime. I never know, but just take a moment, surrender to spirit, and ask that you be allowed to release any and all obstacles that are holding you back from everything you desire in your life.
Okay.
And then we will pull a card and see what it says. And it's a this lifetime thing. So, there is no such thing as time. And, past life and future life, they're all happening at the same time. So what my work does is it brings up the place where you have a lock, but you also got the key for it. So let's see. Was she less than 5 years old? No. Was she between 5 and 10? You were between 5 and 10. All right. Was she 5, 6, 7, 8? What happened when you were 9?
My parents got divorced.
Okay. So you're dealing with some issue around that. So let's pull 2 of the orange cards and see what your higher self says is the setup around this 9-year-old thing. Loved one taken away.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing it says, and servitude, felt powerless. So your parents got divorced and you didn't want that to happen. You wanted to fix it and you couldn't fix it. It wasn't your job to fix it. Quite frankly, their contract was complete. Interesting. They were done. You know, and I think a lot of us live under this mistaken belief that we're supposed to get married till death do us part. But we, quite frankly, we come together to heal karma and contractual issues. And when we complete, whatever that is, then it is time for us to move on. All right, let's see what this did to your soul, the soul level. It says inflow has been shut down. So in my reality, inflow is money, love, creativity, that kind of stuff. So that you've been carrying this burden since you were 9 of blocks around inflow. And there is a stuck belief that needs to be acknowledged so you can let it go. And that stuck belief is I'm not lovable. So that's what you took away from your parents' divorce, was it was all your fault. If they had just loved you more, they would have stayed together. Everything would have been okay. All right.
Okay.
So let's clear this thing. I'm going to pull 3 of the green clearing cards. 1.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. 2, and
I officiate weddings, and that was the wedding phone. So.
I love it. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to call in an angel and ask for help. This angel's name is Mir, M-I-H-R. And Mir is the angel of relationships. So I want you to invite Mir to come in and help you to release all of the limiting beliefs and blocks that were set up for you when your parents divorced, where you took on, where you inferred things that weren't correct.
Okay.
So just let Mir remove. It looks like she's untying bows. It's interesting. They're tied around you like pretty bows.
Oh.
Huh. All right. And now I want you to go look inside your body and out in your field and find any other areas of old stuck energy and just ask Mir to take those away as well.
Okay.
And we're doing a lot of mirror work today. So I want you now to imagine that you're looking at yourself in a mirror. And the image that you see in the mirror is you, but it's overshadowed by your 9-year-old self, this wounded little girl.
Okay.
So I just want you to gently blow on that image so that she is blown off of you so that you can see yourself for who you really are. Powerful creator. It's interesting that you do weddings. You're a giver of relationships. I love it.
Yes, and I love it.
All right. And you get blessings from the angels for having the courage to go in and heal this, clear this up, and let it go.
Oh.
All right. So your first blessing is released from overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
Your second blessing is a blessing of union and the ability to accept love. Love from yourself, from your partner, from your family, from your friends, and from Mother, Father, God. And the final blessing is synchronistic flow and good fortune. So the blocks on your inflow are now released, and it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment to give thanks to your angels, teachers, and guides.
Excellent. Boy, I just had that whole body tingling going on.
Yay! Well, I'm going to ask that all of your reference points are updated, all ways in which you perceive and you are perceived in the world, so that you don't look at the world through those old 9-year-old glasses anymore.
Okay, will do.
All right, and thank you for calling in. And
Thank you.
We have another caller, area code 520. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that we're not going to have time to do you today. So give me a call on Monday, or feel free to go on my website on the homepage of JeanneAdrienne.com. There is a place right up there in the front where you can, it says click now, start now, and you can click to get a free consultation with me, a 15-minute little consultation, and I'll be happy to do this for you off the air so we don't run out of time and cut you short. So listeners, I really appreciate each and every one of you for listening in today and calling in. And if I don't hear from you between now and next week, area code 520, so be sure to go on my website or call back next week, and we will take care of you as well. So until next time, remember, people who take responsibility for their lives create the reality they desire. I love each and every one of you. Have a fantastic week. Ciao.
You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Longtime listener, first-time caller. Why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates. Everything was great. I thought,
Well, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.